Gunung Gende den tanduri ringen bulu ipe sawernane lokasine Gunung Gende sakrubenge sabar, ikhlas dan tekun. Tidak tekun tidak jadi. Oh,
Geneng village in the district of Bulukerto is located in the east part of Wonogiri, directly bordering Magetan, East Java. The village stands about 900 meters above sea level, producing fresh air during the day, and it gets cold at night. The village can be found along the foothills of Lawu Mountain, with most part of the village still in the form of hills and vast forest. Local villagers make good use of the location for agriculture, farming, and plants for the livestock. With such natural richness, it helps the village to prosper and receive abundant water resources. The prosperity and beauty of Geneng village was torn when a huge fire broke out in 1963 and 1964, scorching thousands of hectares of forest land, leaving just only 20 square meters in the hills of Gendol and Ampiangan hills. The forest fire greatly affected the surrounding environment, with thick ash destroying the land soil, causing a water crisis happening decades after the fire happened. Other problems then followed, starting from food crisis, hunger, cholera, and also death.
Dulu-dulu ini gunung ini kebakaran habis-habisan. Sampai ludes. Kemarin kebakaran, dulu kebakaran. Terus pulih kebakaran lagi. Yang tidak kebakaran di Ngampiangan itu tinggal 10 meter persegi, di Luweng itu tinggal 10 meter persegi yang tidak kebakaran itu. Semua habis itu. Terus habis kebakaran sulit air, Mbak. Karena apa itu tidak ada penahan itu. Jadi hutan gundul. Sehabis kebakaran masyarakat merasakan kesusahan air karena apa itu banyak kekeringan itu. Terus banyak musibah-musibah. Masyarakat kekurangan air, terus banyak musibah, kematian karena kurang gizi. Banyak penyakit kolera, penyakit beri-beri, penyakit ureng-ureng, penyakit cacar itu. Dan banyak juga yang meninggal. Dulu itu sangger ting-ting meninggal, tur-tung-tung meninggal, tir-tir banyak meninggal. Orang meninggal.
The fire left a great impact to the village, even though reforestation was greatly done by the local government, but it has not helped recover the hills. The hills' worsening condition has caused a huge impact to one particular man of the Geneng village, as he cannot just stand by and see the area becoming more damaged. He then started to plant as many trees in the forest to help the forest recover from the devastation of the fire. Dubbed as the Green Hero, the man has been planting trees for more than 25 years, starting in 1996. He is often teased as madman because many would judge him for planting trees that are no good use to the forest. But with his love for the forest, he would continue to plant as much trees as possible. With his commitment to protect nature, he has so far planted more than 11,000 trees in more than 20 hills, the foothills of Lau Mountain. The word mba is a way to address grandfather or grandmother in Japanese. Mbah Sadiman, that's how people usually greet him. The wrinkles on his face, the gray hair, are features that indicate he is no longer young, but being 70 years old, Mbah Sadiman's strength is like no other. Mbah Sadiman is the head of a family, just like any ordinary man. Mbah Sadiman has 2 children. Both are married and now living outside the city. These days, Mbah Sadiman lives in his humble home together with his loving wife. Mbah Sadiman's wife said that she fully supports her husband for what he has been doing, although it took 19 years to understand of what Mbah Sadiman has been doing for these years. Mbah Sadiman decided to keep secret of the things that he has been doing since 2014. None of his family members knew that Mbah Sadiman has been planting trees at the Gunung Hills and its surrounding forest. The reason why he kept it a secret was merely because Mbah Sadiman was avoiding negative judgments from others on what he has been doing. Like other villagers, Mbah Sadiman has livestock as investment. Now, Mbah Sadiman has 5 goats and 3 chickens as one of his source of income. Sometimes these livestock he used as an exchange for seed plants. Mbah Sadiman's daily activities at home are feeding the livestock. He also has hundreds of banyan tree seeds that he collected from grafting trees or as gifts from people. Mbah Sadiman prepares and takes care of the seeds carefully before being planted on the forest hills. Although Mbah Sadiman has been doing this for 25 years, he said that he would never stop doing so, as he felt it was like a true calling from Mother Nature that makes him tirelessly replanting the forest. Every morning, Mbah Sadiman would go to the forest either to check up on his trees and take care of what needs to be taken care of at the hills. Mbah Sadiman has been planting thousands of trees on a land which is about 600 hectares in a total of 20 hills. With his endless persistence and patience, Mbah Sadiman has planted more than 11,000 trees since 1996.
Singkat terus singkat kalau pikir itu.
For every planting of trees, he would start the process by prayer with the hope that trees could grow perfectly and give benefits to nature and also human living in the surrounding area. After making prayers, Basaliman would sing as he plants the trees with a song that he wrote by himself called Kosok Balan.
Lokasine Gunung Gendol sakrupenge taun 1996 kawit tane taun 1964 Gunung Kobong tentean imbase nek rendeng banjir gedhe banjir watu banjir lemah banjir kayu lan gunung akeh gunturan.
The trees that Basaliman choose are trees that have the capability to absorb a great number of water, such as the banyan tree, ipik or Fucus retusa, and buru or Fucus annulata. The place for planting is also selected on the hill slopes so that water could flow easily. Banyan trees has a reputation as one of the best type of trees that can save water reserves. The banyan have big roots and thick branches that could store a great amount of groundwater for a long period of time. The roots can also lower down the evaporation of the soil. Not only that, the length of banyan roots can grow up to 25 meters and is solidly attached to the ground, making it capable to prevent landslides.
Tujuan saya menambah air, Mas. Terus awal-awalnya saya merantau kemana-mana, kalau ada beringinnya besar pasti ada tibluannya untuk air minum, untuk pemandian. Terus saya cita-cita saya, wah beringin itu banyak mengandung air, terus batin saya itu. Terus yang terutama itu saya tanam beringin itu banyak mengandung air. Kebutuhan hidup itu yang paling penting air, Mas. Dunia nomor 1 air. Orang itu terutama kalau satu malam satu hari menyentuh air ada 15 kali. Terus itu? Kalau lainnya binatang-binatang kurang membutuhkan air dan tanaman-tanaman membutuhkan air itu loh. Ya, terutama kebutuhan air nomor 1 Mas, dunia itu. Pendapat saya, tapi orang lain tidak tahu. Itu. Terus beringin lainnya air, ranggulangan bencana alam. Karena akarnya sangat jauh, Mas. Sangat tanah-tanah bisa kuat. Dan ketiganya jadi paru-paru dunia. Awal-awalnya udara panas, kalau ada beringinnya bisa apa itu? Bisa dingin itu.
Mbah Sadiman first planted 19 banyan trees back in 1996, and now only 3 trees are growing a large scale. Mbah Sadiman experiences some difficulties, including attaining permanent land. The land planted by Mbah Sadiman is a land owned by Indonesia's State Forestry Company or Perhutani. Most of the land area is borrowed to local residents for them to plant grass to feed livestock. The banyan trees planted by Mbah Sadiman are considered to disrupt the growth of grass, and many people consider there is no benefit to what Mbah Sadiman is doing. That is why many of the banyan trees of Mbah Sadiman are being destroyed or being pulled out from the ground. But Mbah Sadiman has never cared what people think, as he kept on planting more and more trees, even if he has to pay compensation for using the land for replanting, as he once said. And apparently he has proved his commitment by paying compensation for 11 land owned by the people, and he paid it using his own money.
Saya ganti rugi itu terutama Mas. Saya yang subur-subur saya tanami itu kalah sama rumput-rumput itu. Terus cari yang kebingungan lahan. Saya kebingungan lahan terus ganti rugi itu Mas. 11 tempat yang saya ganti rugi. Karena tujuan saya kalau tidak saya ganti rugi kebingungan lahan permanen Mas. Seperti uang, seperti kambing itu yang ganti ruginya. Setempat, 2 tempat gitu. Jadi jumlahnya ini 11 tempat yang saya ganti rugi.
Other than facing difficulties of getting permanent land, Mbah Sadiman was also struggling to collect banyan tree seeds. Mbah Sadiman once even exchanged 2 seeds of clove for a single banyan seed.
Disebut-sebut orang gila, saya punya bibit cengkeh, terutama bibit cengkeh. Saya tukarkan bibit beringin yang kalau beringin itu tidak ada hasilnya Mas. Kalau cengkeh itu katanya orang-orang itu berhasil. Tapi tujuan saya kalau cengkeh itu keuntungan pribadi Mas, untuk pribadi. Tapi nek beringin sinten-sinten sing masyarakat saged bisa menggunakan gitu.
Now Mbah Sadiman is not struggling to get seeds anymore. He has hundreds of banyan seeds from tree grafting in the forest and some from the government and environmental communities. Mbah Sadiman is not just planting and letting his tree grow without any treatment. Mbah Sadiman knows well where he plants all of his trees, and he knows exactly when his trees either end up being dead or having it rooted from the ground. Trees need treatment to grow properly. So does all trees Mbah Sadiman grows in the forest. Banyan trees require to be treated at least every 2 months to make sure the trees are not affected by the growth of other plants or wild grass in the forest. Banyan trees also need fertilizers to grow. Mbah Sadiman would get fertilizers that are already made available by Mother Nature in the form of rotten wood or leaves. After finishing his forest duties, Mbah Sadiman works on his own farmland. He does that so he could earn income for his family. Basariman's farmland is located not far from his home. He would go there either in the morning or in the afternoon. After working on his rice fields, Basariman would look for grass to feed his animal livestock. "25 years after the hills are planted with banyan trees, condition of the Ganang village has way far recovered. Abundant water resources have supported the forest's recovery. Not many of today's youth are aware of the fact that the Ganang village's condition now is way much better than before.
Kalau orang muda ditanggapi saya tanyain enggak tahu. Tahu-tahu merasakan. Kalau yang tua setinggi umur saya pasti tahu. Apa itu? Pahit getirnya zaman dulu itu. Soalnya ya Pak. Orang tunggu air itu dulu ditunggu airnya itu. Dibawa ke Bulukerto, ke Kerandekan, kemana-mana. Orang sana bisa cerita, saiki beda mbah. Saiki murah banyu, biyen aku tunggu banyu orang dadak nunggu ditolongi wong ngono.
From under the banyan trees, water flows into the river that then flows to residential areas. The river in the hills is preserved by local residents, as they are so aware that it acts as a water source and a source for irrigation of agricultural lands and rice fields. Agricultural land and rice fields here are guaranteed to reserve water supply throughout the year. Rice field that would only harvest once a year cannot harvest 3 times in a year. Even during the dry season, residents no longer need to worry about water supplies. Farmers would use water wheels that flows water to create artificial rain in the plantations and rice fields.
Jasa budinya Mbah Sadiman untuk memakmurkan masyarakat kan, kita kalau mau ngairin sawah kan sekarang kan nggak susah kayak dulu gitu. Air sumbernya kan sangat lumayan lah daripada zaman dulu yang waktu kebakaran sebelum Mbah Sadiman nanam pohon.
The source of water also flows directly into residential homes, making them no longer experience difficulties to fulfill daily water needs. Mbah Sadiman's noble dedications continues to result positive impacts. Now, many volunteers and communities would be willing to sacrifice their energy and also time to reforestation, especially in Bukit Kendal. Volunteers in Ganang village is a joint of community organizations and the village local administration. In the early days, Mbah Sadiman never had the support of the community. But now, the Geneng village community, together with Mbah Sadiman, are actively planting trees as part of preserving the forest.
Mula-mulanya itu hutan kami itu kan pernah terjadi kebakaran. Pada saat itu kami dari desa melihat Mbah Sadiman itu bekerja sendirian saat itu, Mas, bekerja sendirian menanam kayu di hutan. Itu pun tidak didukung sama sekali dari pihak warga maupun yang lain. Tapi waktu demi waktu Mbah Sadiman tidak putus asa. Mbah Sadiman terus bekerja, terus menanam di hutan, baik itu di Tegal pribadi atau di hutan milik perhutani. Mbah Sadiman terus bekerja, terus menanam, yang pada akhirnya kami dari pemerintah desa dan pemerintah Kabupaten Wonogiri khususnya memberi dukungan kepada beliau sehingga saat ini tercapai, yaitu pohon ringinnya sudah besar dan juga mata airnya sudah besar gitu.
One of the volunteers of Geneng village, Suyatno, says Mbah Sadiman's act have been appreciated by the community, especially because neighborhood villages are now receiving abundant water sources and the area becomes free from natural disasters.
Katanya dibilang sama orang itu, orang gila kok ditanggapi seperti itu. Tanggapannya kemarin seperti itu dari warga masyarakat. Akhirnya sekarang alhamdulillah selama Mbah Sadiman bekerja sendiri dengan tidak putus asa, sehingga bisa berjalan menanam sendiri dan dipupuk sendiri dengan perjuangannya sendiri. Alhamdulillah selama hutannya bisa baik, bisa tidak gundul, tidak gersang, alhamdulillah diterima dengan warga masyarakat dengan baik. Pertama dari hutannya kemarin kan gundul, kebakaran gundul, akhirnya banyak longsoran, sehingga ditanami oleh Mbah Sadiman bisa bertumbuh dengan hijau, dengan baik, dengan berkembang, sehingga bisa mengalirkan mata air yang banyak sehingga bisa dimanfaatkan oleh warga masyarakat sekitar desa Geneng.
Mbah Sadiman's noble work is not only beneficial to the local community, but also turns the Wonogiri region so it could gain more popularity. That is what makes Mbah Sadiman gain respect and appreciation from the Wonogiri Regency government.
Tentunya apa yang dilakukan Mbah Sadiman ini bisa menginspirasi dari generasi muda, dari komunitas-komunitas yang lain, sehingga betapa pentingnya lingkungan ini, dan tentunya banyak sekali contoh bagaimana kalau kita tidak merawat lingkungan itu sendiri. Sehingga ini menginspirasi pada generasi muda sehingga akan bisa dilakukan pada kelompok-kelompok yang lain, komunitas lain, sehingga lingkungan di Kabupaten Wonogiri ini tetap terjaga.
One token of appreciation that Mbah Sadiman gained for his environmental act is the Kalpataru Award in 2016. Other than that, many awards are also given to him as a forest hero. Mbah Sadiman's age is no longer young, although he still has great passion and determination. But Mbah Sadiman and Bukit Gendol are in need of successful generations who would be willing to keep the hills always green and well preserved.
Kalau saya masih mampu saya lakukan, dan harapan saya mudah-mudahan gunung jangan kebakaran lagi, dan tanam-tanaman saya bisa subur, masyarakat bisa makmur, dan anak-anak muda-mudi bisa meneruskan perjuangan saya itu.
Mbah Sadiman, a native villager, proves that anyone can open the doors for goodness. Thanks to his dedication and hard work, never giving up on planting, despite obstacles he once faced for many years, opened the eyes of many volunteers, the local government, so that many would become aware of protecting the environment for the sake of future generations. Mbah Sadiman now does not have many wishes to ask for. Behind his loving smile, Pak Sadiman could only hope the community could live in prosperity and the Gendol Hills would always exist for many years ahead.
Gunung Kendel den tanduri ringen hulu ipe sabar nane